Alrighty. We are back. It's a fun one today. Another, another chance for us to flex our muscles against a lesser opposition, let's say, in Luton Town as we go into the second round of the EFL Cup. Before I forget, because I always will do, this is our matchup for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
I see there's already quite a lot of you in the chat. Let me quickly read. We got here we go on our Emmy. I assumed that was going to happen as soon as I saw, like I can't remember who it was who was reporting on it. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that's definitely happening. I'll give my thoughts on that in a second. Just see a chat there that says, "Hope this is what I need." I'm assuming that the what you need is going to be me putting the stream or the match on screen. That's not happening, so I'm going to shut that down immediately. If that's what you think that I'm going to be doing, that's not what I'm going to be doing. So don't get your hopes up. Yeah, so we get Emmy. 7.5 mil. That's cheap, you know. That's actually really cheap. Oh yeah, Matt Law is reporting it. I'll give my thoughts on a few of these because there's been a few deals that have gone through today. But let me get through the lineups and stuff first, and then we can talk about all that. In fact, we'll actually do that straight away because it's quick to talk about. We've got Woobum. Here's the opposition. We're going to talk about Luton's team first. Pretty standard 4-2-3-1 for them. They've got some names that you can kind of recognize. Oh, there's a super chat just happened, but my thing is shocking. It says Bandana Sharma sent treat for 5 jewels. I don't know what that means, if I'm being quite honest, but I know that the jewels is a new thing that they've given to streamers. Yeah, as I just said, no, you're not going to be able to watch the game here later because I'm not going to be streaming on that because that is illegal. But yeah, so let's talk about Luton lineup. Standard 4-2-3-1 for them. Some of the names you might recognise immediately: the goalkeeper, Josh Keeley, big name. They've got Harrison Ashby as their right back today, with Joe Johnson as the left back. George Johnston, that's going to trip me up during commentary, I can just tell, as one of the centre backs next to Hakeem Adoffin. They've got Benedict Vinagre and Liam Walsh as the captain, another one that you should know, Liam Walsh. The main one that you should know is Casey Palmer, who should be playing in the middle of the three behind the striker. I have put him on the right on my lineup. I might need to change that. Let me change that. Casey Palmer. Obviously, Casey Palmer, ex-City, I believe, right? Ex-City, Casey Palmer. I think he was also on loan at, I want to say, Huddersfield, one of the other light blue teams. I think it was Huddersfield that he played for. They've got Gideon Kadua up there as well, and obviously the number 9 today is Callum Marshall. Again, I don't think their team is particularly strong. I don't think it's particularly good enough to beat us, and considering the lineup that we've put out, we are... we've put out a pretty strong team, and I'll get onto that in a second. I think we are absolutely going to run over this team. But yeah, they got a couple of star players that will probably be the ones that try and stop us from doing that rather. But yeah, I'm not particularly hopeful for them. As for the Chelsea lineup, this is very strong. One thing that I will say, there's a few names in here that I'm very, very happy to see. Mike Penders starts, and Sanchez is on the bench despite his future obviously being up in the air. Malagusto plays in the back 4 because this is not the three at the back system that we have been seeing. This is a 4-2-3-1 as well, with Gusto on the right back spot with Pep Chavaria as the left back. The 2 centre backs are Josh Ajampong and Maxence Lacroix, who both of those two were absolutely stellar in the opening game against Fulham. We've got James, who's captaining the side today, in midfield again, but he's next to Valentin Barco, who is making his debut today. Really think that that's a big moment for him, because I feel like if he has a good day today, because he is going to be the main kind of playmaker in the middle there, I think that he can really put a mark down to get into future squads in the actual Premier League. And then, yeah, the front 3 ahead of him is Estevao, Palmer and Rogers. Palmer obviously playing in the central 10. And Danny Welbeck is debutising in a professional match in terms of, from the start today as well. As for the bench, only interesting one on the bench for me here, there's 2, is Reggie Watson's on the bench as our youth player. That I'm surprised there's not more youth players here. Which is kind of upsetting. I would have liked to see a couple more, but I think it's a bit too early in the season for to see some of those, unfortunately. But I didn't think they have the time to train. Anselmino is also on the bench, which is an interesting one. And then Emmanuel Omega, who probably will come off the bench today if he's fit to. He's also on the bench. Gittins and Neto are other attacking options there, along with Joao Pedro. Yes, supposedly Enzo Fernandez has asked to sit out, which is, understandable with his imminent move to Manchester City. I think that has, guaranteed that it happens. I will say, I've been saying for the majority of the time when we're talking about Enzo, I have said that I am pretty apathetic towards him leaving. I am more so now being pushed onto the side of I want him to go, because I think the way that he has handled this just now, with him saying he wants to not be in the squad to, pseudo force a move out, is rather disrespectful to the club. So yeah, now I'm not heavily invested in whether he stays or goes, but I am now more pushed towards the go than the stay. Thoughts on Liverpool signing Barkley? Good signing. He's a player that I would have liked to have at Chelsea if we didn't get Rodgers. Honestly, he's a really, really good player. I had a bit of fun with the tweet earlier talking about Liverpool's lineup as well. So, but yeah, Barkley is a really good. I don't know about the price. I will say that again, I don't really. Price tags are irrelevant to me most of the time because, it doesn't really matter. The players don't get to pick those. But, it is a bit suspect them paying so much for a player. If he doesn't do well, like Wirtz didn't, like Isak didn't, it's going to be another stain on Liverpool's kind of, business, let's say. I need to remember to get my timer up because I'm going to forget it otherwise. Let's move into the second screen and we can talk about the bingo. So there's an interesting few things on the bingo. I'll pick out the ones which are different. We have Man Like Wells. This is for a Welbeck goal. We have Josh, player of the match. I actually put this in before I even knew he was going to play. I didn't know which of the three centre-backs was going to play. I forgot that that Fofana is actually suspended for this game as well, which is why he's not in the squad. And he will be back for the next Premier League game, I believe. We have anything else to change it? We got Barco Ping on here. This is on here before, but this is the first time where he can actually do this. It's the first time he's actually going to play. So that's good. We have Steve goal/assist. We have the new Steve shirt up. I've got the new home kit on as well. If you want to get your new shirts, obviously there's a link in the description to Goal Shop, my sponsor. You can get 15% off with code MONO, and I think that the free shipping thing has now ended, unfortunately, but you can get a discount there. Brilliant place to get cheap and reliable shirts. Where was I? I got myself distracted. So that's for Steve goal/assist. We have a correct prediction. I've gone for 5-0. I think genuinely we are going to roll over this team, especially considering... And I made that prediction before I saw the lineup, so I was very confident that we were going to batter them. And then I saw that we've got basically our entire, first front four, let's say. I think we're going to do very, very well here. We've got involvement on debut. This can be for any player that is making their debut today. So that's Barco, that's Omega if he gets off the bench, that's Anselmino if he gets off the bench, I believe. I'm not sure. But I think those are the main two. Looking good, thank you. I had this in the last stream as well, but I think it was a bit obscure. I will say, when I wear the shirt, and you guys can correct me, when I wear this shirt and I have my hair how it is, because I haven't really particularly done anything with it, if I had brown eyes, I'd look like Pep Chavaria. I only realised that today. I was like, my haircut is very Pep Chavaria-y. We've got a Penders Worldy as another thing that's on here, because he is starting and hopefully he can make a couple of good saves. We have a youth app. This will get ticked off if Watson comes off the bench. Super sub, this is just for any player coming off the bench and scoring, or getting a goal involvement. We have stop showing replays as always, and then this is the funny one. Obviously, we have a debut as well, which we can tick off immediately because Barco is playing. But this one was funny. I chose Walsh or Palmer. This is for because both teams have a Walsh in the 11, or not in the 11, in the squad, and both teams have a Palmer. So I thought this would be a fun one, that if any Walsh or any Palmer gets a goal, oh great, we're getting one of these losers. Jesus Christ. Boom. Goodbye. You join the Discord, by the way. Why is there no channels? You have to, if you read the rules, it will give you instructions on how to join. You have to, you basically have to, there's a little reaction you have to do. It just stops bots from joining because they get confused at the little things. But obviously, as a human, you can find the little, I think you have to click, there's like a hand icon, I think, that's underneath a picture of Anthony Taylor's bald head. And that'll give you access to all the channels. Yeah. Sorry, the bot threw me off. Yeah. So that was the Walsh Palmer thing was for if any of those get a goal. I don't know if there was anything else that I was talking about there. I do actually need to get the stream up because I think it's on Sky Sports Plus, which notoriously before gave me a lot of issues when I was trying to see it before. But hopefully we can fix that today. I had a lot of issues when I was trying to get it on my Sky Go app, but then I realised I can actually just do it online. So I'm actually prepared this time that I know I can actually just get it online. If I can actually find why is it coming up with Watch to Watch? I don't want Watch to Watch. I want Sports. Where's Sky Sports? Oh God, this is jarring. Sky Sports, come on. Let me get on. Why is it? Oh, bro, this is really jarring. We've got 3 minutes until kickoff. I should be fine. I shouldn't panic. Why is it not letting me? Sports. There we go. Xavi took one look at Sanchez and was like, "No, thanks." Yeah, I did. Okay, I didn't get to talk about this, so I'm gonna talk about it now. Why is it not letting me go on Sky Sports? What's happening here? Why is it telling me to upgrade? I don't need to upgrade. What is going on? Oh my God, this is jarring. Why? Huh? What's going on here? Did I get lied to? Is this game not being streamed? Oh my God. Because if it is, that's really sucky. I swear it said it was on Sky Sports Plus. Oh my God, I don't care about this. Sky Sports Football. Okay, so maybe it is on Sky Go. Hang on one sec. I'll get my Sky Sports Go up and see if it works. I swear when I saw it before, it said it wasn't on Sky Sports. It was on Sky Sports Plus, but perhaps I was mistaken. Sports. Live EFL Cup. Yeah, it's on Sky Sports main event as well. Why the fuck was it not advertised? That was weird. All right, there we go. It's up. I will say, I think that okay, I can talk about the Emi Martinez thing. Oh, it does actually look like they're playing in the three at the back, supposedly, with Palmer and Walsh as the two central midfielders. We'll see how that lines up when we actually get into it. But in terms of Emi, I think I don't think he's particularly an upgrade on Sanchez, if I'm being honest. Yes, Sanchez had a very poor game in the opening game. I don't think that Sanchez and Emi Martinez are that far apart. What I will say is that Martinez is a sidestep from Sanchez and is a much better stopgap solution until Mike Penders is our number one. But I feel like the issue that we do now have is that if we are bringing in Emi, and obviously that's been established now, that leaves one of either Sanchez or Penders in absolute fucking limbo. Like, where do they go? One of them has to be our backup. The other one can't be. And Penders is a young kid. He needs to play. He's not going to be able to be a third choice goalkeeper. Sanchez is capable enough of playing for a bigger team. Not a team as big as Chelsea, let's say, but a big team. So for him not to be starting is a bit weird. Jack Wilshere is their coach, by the way. I didn't know that. That's wild. All right. After all that bollocks, we have actually got the game up. It will be Chelsea kicking off from right to left. How many times do I say that? It's Andy Bishop and Sam Parkin are the commentators, which are good. And we are underway, with Palmer kicking it all the way back to the aforementioned Mike Penders. Let's have a good one. Come on, you lose. It's going to be a long left-footed pass from Penders to start us off, seeking out Danny Welbeck. It's going to fall for Barco. It will be interesting to see if there is any changes in terms of formations. At the moment, it does look like we are just playing the back four. Here's Penders on the ball again to Lacroix, who is playing as the left-sided centre-back for the record. Here's Barco, who's getting involved immediately quite a lot. Ball out wide to Malagusto. Now Esteval with his first chance to pick up the ball. Back to Barco. I think this will be a really big game for Barco, especially if Enzo does leave, because, you know, they play pretty much the same position. So he's kind of, you know, he's kind of auditioning for that role at this point. Here is Barco once again, takes it inside. He's getting booed by the crowd, which is understandable after his antics at the World Cup. It's going to be Rogers switching it to the right-hand side for Esteval, who won the ball, but he's going to lose it. He wins it back again here, Esteval, and he gets past his man too. Oh, still battling away, Esteval. Tripped over, and are the referees going to give that as a foul, or they've given it the other way? Okay, they've given it the other way for him handballing the ball because he got tripped over and landed on the ball. Right, nice one. Brilliant. Let's see. Is this a foul on Esteval? I think it was. Ooh, nah. I think he does just lose his footing in the end. I don't think it is particularly a foul. Oh my god, these guys are going to be here. This is going to be one of these things where I'm going to get this every single 5 seconds. Fuck right off. I might have to make one of you a mod so you can keep on top of that, honestly. My regular mod isn't here today. Gusto's going to launch the ball forward. It's going to fall for Danny Welbeck. He picks it up and gets it to Esteval. Through the lines to Palmer. Can't quite get there. God, I'm going to have to specify Palmer's as well. Fuck's sake. Here's Pep Chavaria. Now Rogers. Out to Josh Achampong. Here's Gusto to Barco. Lacroix back to Chavaria. Here's Rogers again. Luton very much playing that back five. Very, very sitting into their shape. Here's Barco again. He's going to play a ball through the lines. Oh, just escapes the touch of Morgan Rogers. It was a good pass, though. And the high press from Barco is forcing them to play and then give it away. Good work from Gusto to make the covering tackle in the midfield. Here's Barco again. Chavaria. To Lacroix. Now Palmer. Back out to Chavaria, who seeking out... Oh, he wanted to play that pass to Welbeck, he didn't get it. Instead, he plays it to Barco. Here's Rogers. Rogers in behind for Cole Palmer. He's made a run. He's going to cut it across. Oh, the angle just against him, and it slams it into the side netting. There's a brilliant run from Palmer from the right to the left-hand side of the box, as he's picked out by his best mate. It's a good off-the-ball run from Barco as well, by the way, to take all the attention away from him. Luton are going to get on the ball here. Smash it long. Josh Achampong's underneath it and he wins it. Reece James is going to be tackling Lawrence in the middle and win a throw there. As Barco's dropped into the back 3 at this point. Chavaria rotates with him. Here's James. Under pressure, he gets the ball away. And now here's Esteval. To Gusto. Back to Lacroix. Now Rogers around the corner for Barco. Good first touch. Here's Rogers again inside. He's going to try and float one to the back post where Esteval was running in, and a deflection would take it straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. I would say I'm impressed with Barco so far. In that first opening 5. Another long ball, seeking out Marshall, up against Lacroix. That's brilliant defending from the Frenchman, could just completely shepherd him out and get the ball back to Mike Penders, who very calmly takes the touch and gets the ball away under the pressure. Here's Lacroix again. To Chavaria. Spearing ball into Morgan Rogers is a good one, but he's offside. I will say, I'm liking the direct passing coming from our left-hand side here, with Rogers and Barco and Chavaria. I think he's on. He looks on. I think the ref's got that wrong, to be fair. Good, comfortable pass out from the back from Mike Penders under pressure. It's Josh Ashenbonk. We're going to see a lot of that from Penders, and I think that's what we really need to see from him to get him into the good graces of his manager. It's Gusto to Esteval. Cuts inside. He's going to play a 1-2 with Rogers, but the 2 did not come off. Now Marshall's going to get on the ball and try and break away. Gets away from Barco and shepherds the ball out to Johnson, I think it is, on the right-hand side. He's going to whip the ball in early, and it's blocked by Lacroix at the front post for a Luton throw deep into Chelsea's half. It's taken ages over this throw, but they're going to let them take the long throw. It's flicked on and then cleared away. And then it's a rather wild swipe at the ball that has gone out for a throw-in. That's how poor that shot was. Not the greatest. I think it was Hakeem Adoffian who took the shot in the end. Not quite his forte. A high throw from Chavaria to Rogers, poked away by James. Harrison Ashby will get it infield. So it seems like Ashby is playing as a right wing back. They are very much playing a back 3 by the looks of things, with Walsh and Palmer as the 2 in front of that back 3. Dauphin. His ball forward is blocked by Pep Chavaria, and then the ball down the line is also blocked by Chavaria. Brilliant defending. Rather Cucurella-esque in his work there, let's say. Here's Lacroix. Reece James. Up to Gusto. Palmer's made the off-the-ball run, but he's not spotted him. It's Lacroix again. It's good seeing us having 2 very strong, capable one-on-one defenders in our backline, I will say. Here's Barco. Some rather tame boos for him now. Chavaria tries to spear the ball into Danny Welbeck. It's going to fall for Gusto in the middle. It's Barco again. Across for Josh Ashenbonk. Now Palmer. Cole Palmer, that is. Into the middle for Welbeck. It's a brilliant bit of play, and it was a dummy for Morgan Rogers in the middle that left the ball for Welbeck, and he played the instant 1-2 forward for the on-rushing Morgan Rogers, but he couldn't quite get the second touch right. It was a brilliant bit of football there from our front 3. It's that freedom that we are being afforded with this new system. It will be a corner taken by Esteval, short to Palmer. One of those Austin McPhee set plays. Here's Esteval again. He's played the ball a little bit too hard, and Gusto was also a little bit on his heels, and the pass behind just harmlessly goes off for a goal kick for Luton Town. Josh Keeley is going to leave this to his centre-back here. Oof. Very lucky Josh Keeley there. Played it very short. And Pep Chavaria is going to win it in the middle. Barco. Palmer had to turn the opposite way that he really liked to get the ball forward. And he's going to get past one here, Palmer. A lovely little flick from Esteval back to Palmer. He's going to take a strike and it's into Josh Keeley. Palmer again. And it's a good another double save there from the young goalkeeper. Some good football coming out from Chelsea now, I'll tell you that. It's Palmer just in the pocket, skips past one. Lovely little flick from... That's a beautiful little flick from Esteval. We're getting closer and closer. Here's our second corner. This time Esteval will probably put it into the box, I imagine. Signal has gone up. Nope, he goes short to Palmer again. He's going to cut inside this time and take a strike, and that's a really poor attempt, let's be honest. Palmer getting a bit too overzealous there, I would say. I don't think he particularly had the angle or the power or the positioning to take that. Josh Keeley over the ball again. He's going to take it long this time, not taking any risks. But guess who's there? Maxence Lacroix, who was there so many times in the Fulham game from those positions. Esteval's going to shrug off his man and get it to Palmer. Oh, back to Valentin Barco. Holds off his man. Gets it to Pep Chavaria. Oh, little no-look pass from him back to Chavaria. Here's Morgan Rogers in the box. Takes a strike and it's deflected. Reece James. Back to Malagusto. Chelsea probing, trying to find an opening. And you'd have to say, if Luton keep playing the way they are, they're going to concede. It's Lacroix again. Out to Gusto. Palmer. It's been dragged back there by, I believe that's Walsh in the middle. Quickly taken free kick to Barco. Here's Palmer again. Palmer across to Lacroix. Now Chavaria. I don't think Barco is being booed by the Chelsea fans, let's be honest. I think he's being booed by the Luton fans. Because they are very tame boos. Morgan Rogers in the box. Brilliant work. Dinks it to the back post for Esteval. He's a bit too short to get any good connection to it, but he will get it to Gusto. Now he gets it back. Chance to whip it to the far post. Instead, he plays it to the edge of the box for Reece James. He switches it for Chavaria, whose touch leaves a little bit to be desired. Morgan Rogers back to Barco. Welbeck out wide for Pep Chavaria. Brilliant football from Chelsea. Whipped in by the Spaniard to the back post, and there's no one there. Here's Malagusto on the edge of the box. He's going to take a strike, and you know what's going to happen when he does that. Doesn't score often for Chelsea. Low centre of gravity generally helps. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Eden Hazard, one of our greatest ever players, made an entire career off of that. It's Keeley. Long ball cleared, and it's going to go straight over to Mike Penders in the opposite net. Here's Gusto. Barco again. Now James. To Rogers. I should say as well, I didn't mention, I'm wearing the number 17 Rogers shirt, for the record. It's Gusto. Esteval. Ball in, flicked on by Danny Welbeck. It's goalward, but a bit too far out to trouble the goalkeeper at all. Here's Walsh. Man on shout came late, and Welbeck's won it back here. Here's Palmer. Back to Danny Welbeck. Oh, brilliant defending there to block the shot. Wagwan. And the long ball cleared was unable to be held up by Marshall, and Chavaria will take the throw very quickly. You know, that's one thing I'm really happy about. And I knew he would do this because we saw how he played for Strasbourg, but Barco wants the ball at every opportunity. Here's Morgan Rogers, cuts inside, tried to pick out Pep Chavaria, but the ball's going to rebound back to him. Here is Barco again. Palmer. Barco's made the forward run. Rogers in behind for Pep Chavaria, but there's a little bit too much on it, and the Spaniard will not be able to reach that. Even and all, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, Barco. I said this in my kind of my breakdown of Xabi Alonso's tactics a couple of months ago. That like Barco is like his forward progressive passing is insane. It's like it's very very good. Like I would say that he's better at it than Enzo is, and that's saying something because Enzo's brilliant at it. That's why I said I feel like they were always kind of positioning Barco to be the kind of successor to Enzo in a way. And now we're kind of seeing that in action as he plays today, and Enzo is not even in the squad. Reece James with a long ball over the top. Picked up by Esteval. Brilliant touch. Into the box. Oh, he needs to get to the edge for Rogers, but he gets it to Palmer instead. Here's Malo Gusto. Reece James didn't get a shout. Come on, lads. Communication. Where is it? Marshall unable to keep the ball, though, and Josh will play it all the way back to Penders. I will say we are doing so well at stopping those outballs from really being anything. I will say something again, like I mentioned in that breakdown of Alonso's tactics. We are playing Penders and we're playing a back four because he's able to step into that three, and he just did that a second ago. There's Barco. To Josh. Now Gusto. Out wide for Esteval. 1v1 versus man. He's going to cut inside. Seeking out a pass. Almost gave it away, but Reece James will collect this. Here's Barco again. Chavaria. Got to take on his man here, Chavaria. Instead, he goes back to Barco. Lovely forward ball to Esteval. Gets away from one. That's Casey Palmer, and then he's fouled on the edge of the box by Marshall. It's a free kick in a very dangerous position. I will say our free kick takers are mostly left-footed, so I feel like this is a bit of a better position for a right-footer. So I imagine Reece James will be on this, if I'm being honest. He's a genuinely good player. He's just a victim of the Strasbourg conveyor belt. No, he's a phenomenal player. I said it I believe he had I think it was either the most or the second most progressive passes of any player in Europe last season. Yeah, it is interesting to feel safe with Lacroix on the pitch, isn't it? Lacroix and Josh as our two centre backs, and I feel absolutely safe. Palmer and James are the men over the free kick, and I think it will be Reece to take this, let's be honest. I'll be very surprised if Palmer takes this. This might be another weird set piece routine where we lay the ball off and get Barco a shot. He's also kind of looming here. I think it will just be James to take. It's laid off for Reece James. Oh, it's a brilliant save from Joe Keeley again. What is it with these goalkeepers? Like, Josh Keeley, rather. I'm getting him and Johnson mixed up. But, what is it with these goalkeepers that we come up against just turning into Prime Neuer every time? Brilliant save. Here's Reece James. Morgan Rogers. He's got the overlap of Chavaria. Instead, he goes back to James. Here's the diminutive Spaniard instead. Now Barco. To James, they two are swap positions, so James is kind of in the left-hand role at the moment. Here's Chavaria. Across for Lacroix. Now Gusto. He's going to whip the ball in. Brilliant cross, but no one's there. No one's at the back post. If someone's at the back post, that's a tap-in. The Kelleher curse, absolutely, yeah. It's a good cross in the box by Gusto. No one was waiting for it. It will be a corner, I believe, as the player at the back post cleared it, not knowing what was behind him, or rather, what wasn't behind him, let's say. It's a brilliant set-piece routine. It's just, it's a little bit too central from James. It's still a good save, though. Short from Morgan Rogers from the corner. Now he's going to play it across. It dinks up into the air. And it's going to be cleared here for Marshall. Can he get it going? He can, but Pep Chavaria is on the cover and he's very quick. Here's Penders. I'll say this is a pretty comfortable game for Penders so far. They haven't really threatened him. Morgan Rogers is going to switch the ball out. Brilliant touch from Gusto. He gets it back to Palmer. I would like to see them add a little bit more threat so we can see Penders' goalkeeping. Oh my goodness gracious me. There's a floated ball in the box from Cole Palmer that Rogers didn't even bother chasing, but the player that got underneath it almost gave it straight to him. It was Ashby, who's on the right-hand side. Obviously, Newcastle youth player, I believe, Ashby? I want to say, is it Newcastle? I think it's Newcastle. Chavaria will get it back to Mike Penders. Comfortable touch and a comfortable pass out. He is so calm in possession under pressure. It's crazy. It's Barco. Out on the left-hand side here, Barco. He's looking for a forward pass. No one made the run. That's one thing I like about him as well. Every single time Barco gets the ball, his head is immediately up looking for a forward runner. Here he is again. There is the forward run for Morgan Rogers into the box. He's going to get on the end of this, but shepherded well by Hakeem Adofin at the back. Please don't be injured. I don't think he is. Just a little contact injury by the looks of things. Seems to be okay. Didn't stay down for long. Goal kick taken short. Johnston. Long ball from him. Into the channel for Marshall. Guess who's there? Lacroix. I think it's safe to say in the first 22 minutes of the game that Marshall has been properly marshalled. I've been waiting to say that for about 10 minutes. I couldn't find the right time to say it. Long ball blocked by Welbeck, and it's going to fall for James. Esteval. I mean, if that's not a foul, I don't know what is. But ball out wide to Ashby. It's not going to reach him. Will be a throw on the left-hand side for Chelsea. As a Chelsea fan, anytime a player even thinks about the hamstring, I get PTSD. Then again, I'm also used to, Moises Caicedo going down, and every single time he goes down, he holds like his knee or something, and then he's perfectly fine for the next 70 minutes. So we're getting trained to not believe it anymore. It's Chavaria to Josh Acheampong. I'd like to see us have a little bit more midfield penetration centrally, but they are making it very difficult in there. They're not particularly allowing us space anywhere other than out wide. Good organisation from the ex-Prem team. Here's Morgan Rogers. Gets past one and gets into the box, but Adofin will get it away. And Lacroix will pick this up. Oh, that was weird. My chat disconnected for a second there. I think it's safe to say that Lacroix has been a breath of fresh air at the back, though it's not saying much yet. I mean, the thing is, he's been very dominant so far. Here's Palmer in the middle. Oh, good tackle again. This time, Palmer tackled by Casey Palmer. And now they're going to try and get the ball away. And again, the out ball is just not there for Luton. The ball's going to go all the way back to Penders. This is the first time, other than a small knock and an illness, that Caicedo has ever been injured for us. Genuinely. It's the first time he's actually had a legitimate injury. I think he went out for illness once, and then he was like suspended. It's the only games he's missed are suspension or illness. I don't think he's ever actually been injured for us, which is wild. Here's Rogers, the inside 10. He's got Chavaria on his left-hand side. He's got Barco to his right. Opts to use neither of them and goes to James. He gets it to Gusto, who's inside. Now Esteval, who's wide right. Cuts inside Esteval, and he tries to play the ball across. It's going to deflect off of Marshall and go out for a corner. As Keeley is unable to keep it from going out. Breath of fresh air in a Ford car full of farts with the windows well shut. Lacroix is like oxygen in a room full of carbon dioxide. Or carbon monoxide, let's say. Well, technically that doesn't work because that would actually make it worse, but I'm not going to get scientific here. Ball in from Esteval. Into the front post. It's dinked on by Morgan Rogers. But no one able to get on the end of the flick. Palmer will pick it up on the halfway line. Oh, we've probably had one of those, by the way. I haven't ticked it off. I'll take that off because he's been brilliant so far anyway. It's for a very specific type of pass, but he's probably done it already. I just haven't been watching. Palmer to the back post. Lacroix. Oh, wins the header at the back post as he was free, but couldn't direct it goalwards. I think like the better option would have been to knock that back across goal, but he set one up last game. He wants to get on the score sheet himself. Yeah, he has to head that back to Welbeck, man. And Welbeck's rightfully saying to him, look, I'm free in the box here. Here's Ashby. Gegenpress comes out. They're going to try and play their way out of it. Here's Casey Palmer. Back to Ashby. Now Palmer again. Up against Morgan Rogers and escapes him once. And then his pass forward is awful, and Lacroix will sweep that up pretty quickly. And here's a transitional opportunity for Chelsea as Esteval gets on the ball and plays it out wide right for Palmer. Oh, he's quickly closed down. He needs to move the ball quicker there, Cole Palmer. But he does keep the ball and gets it to Josh Acheampong, and now it's going to go out wide right for Malo Gusto, who's in space. Gets to the byline before he's tackled. And then Joe Johnson is going to use his body well to win a foul. One of these days we'll get rid of that nonsense where wingers and fullbacks do that thing where they just kind of stop and let them get ran into and fall over. The long ball from Keeley. One in the air by Josh Acheampong. Second ball won by Esteval, but the third ball won by a Luton player. And here's Casey Palmer now. Codger tackled by Rogers, and the ball's going to fall for... It's going to fall for him again, but Palmer beat into the ball by Acheampong, who took a bit of a knock there, Acheampong, as he was challenged. But no harm, no foul, as Penders picks it out of the air instead. They are showing replays now when the game is playing, so I'm going to take that off. Bing. Here's Barco to Chavaria. He's going to try and go around the outside of Ashby, and he's gone all the way here. And then he's been dragged down in the box, and the referee calls for a goal kick. I think he was trying to buy it there, Pep Chavaria, if I'm being honest. And obviously no VAR in this round of the Cup, I don't think. Let's see. I mean, it's a blatant foul. He's got a grab of his shirt on his shoulder. He's completely past him, and he's dragged him back by his shirt. It's a blatant foul. I think it starts outside of the box, though, so I don't think they would give that as a penalty, but... Oh, poor ball. Acheampong will get it. Lovely little pass to Danny Welbeck. Lovely little flick to Morgan Rogers. Rogers trying to get it to his left foot, but can't quite get the space to get a shot away. Callum Marshall, the centre forward, doing his defensive duties well there. Here's Barco. Chavaria to James. Ball out wide for Esteval as Gusto cuts inside. Here is Esteval going around the outside. Now he cuts back. And now he cuts back again. He's teasing his man and gets into the ball into the box for Barco at the back post, who tried to cross it back in, and it's blocked once more. He'll pick the ball back up here, though, as a Chelsea win a throw. He's going to throw it all the way back to Lacroix. It's Gusto to Esteval. Plays it across for Lacroix, who plays it across once more for Pep Chavaria. Cuts inside and then whips the ball to the back post on his right foot. There's no one there. And the call for leave it eventually gets to the defending Luton player, and as it goes out for a goal kick. He kind of weirdly fits the cuckoo-shaped hole. I think he more so fits the Enzo-shaped hole, if I'm being honest. I think Chavaria is like almost 1-for-1 for Cucurella. They're so similar in the way they play. I will say that Chavaria is a little bit more offensively minded when it comes to the comparison of those two left backs. I feel like he wants to kind of take people on a bit more, whereas Cucurella kind of attacks with positioning rather than actual dribbling. And wow, I mean, That's terrible from Luton. They just ran into each other. Barco with a ball forward, and then Rogers is absolutely clattered, and the referee thought about blowing his whistle, but then pointed to the ball and didn't. Here's Marshall. Ball wide right for Bernard. Lawrence. Tackled by Malo Gusto. Brilliant defensive work from him, and then Esteval is dragged to the floor by the aforementioned Lawrence for a free kick in the Chelsea penalty box. Marmoush to Spurs. Doesn't matter. Let's be honest. I put a lot of faith in Spurs to this season. Said I predicted them to come 7th. I thought they would be very, very good, but their opening game, obviously it's a long way to go in the season, but their opening game did not particularly fill me with confidence in that prediction. Here's Lacroix. To Chavaria. Now Rogers. Cross to Lacroix. Now Morgan Rogers once more. Cuts inside, but he's tackled, but the ball's going to be picked up by Pep Chavaria here. There's a chance to play the ball. Oh, he didn't see the spot. Barco out wide left. Chavaria in behind for Palmer, but intercepted by the other Palmer, Casey. Now Luton will try and play the ball out, but the gegenpress comes in. Danny Welbeck wins the ball back. The ball goes forward again, and the little flick from Marshall is picked up by Chavaria, but it's going to break here. As Ashby's got some chance to run into some green grass, but thinks better of it and plays it back to Palmer. I think this will be the first time that Luton really get a kind of chance to play the football that they want to play. I think Omega will come on. I don't think João Pedro will come on. I think he's a bit too important. Marshall around the corner, but the ball is going to fade into the box for Mike Penders to comfortably claim. Here's Josh Ashenpong. He's seeking, you could see he's looking for a pass there. No one was giving him an option. Here's Barco. Can he find one instead? Ball out to Gusto. Now Josh again. To Lacroix. Now Barco. Up to Rogers. Ball up for Danny Welbeck, who tried to dummy it to leave it for Cole Palmer, but the defender was in the way. And a little Canio kick from Barco gets it back to his goalkeeper, who very nonchalantly touches the ball down like it was nothing. Very, very impressed with the footwork of Mike Penders today. Barco to Chavaria. Here's James now. Is Omega fit? He's on the bench. I don't know if he's fully fit, but he's on the bench, so I imagine he's can play some part today. It's Esteval to Chavaria. Across to Josh. Now James, James is in that crossing position if he wants to swing it in, but he opts not to. Here's Morgan Rogers on the left. Now Chavaria. Chance for him to dink it over, but didn't. And now James is going to take a strike. It's blocked. Bit too many bodies there, and then James will commit the foul as he tried to gegenpress and win the ball back, but only gives them a free kick. I'd like to see Omega play. He's got a weird profile, Omega, because he's a tall striker, and normally with tall strikers you think, oh, target man, ping the ball into him in the box, let him hold it up. But he's not that type of player. He's more like Jamie Vardy. He just constantly runs in behind. He's so lanky that he's just like really, really fast. Or it's a slip from the goalkeeper as he cleared it, but Chelsea can't recycle the ball quickly, and Marshall will try and win the ball in the air, but up against Lacroix, it's just not happening. Penders will flash the ball out to Malo Gusto. I'd like to see them actually get a couple of shots off. I want to see Penders shot stopping, but he's just not been tested at all today. Barco unable to reach a high ball and gives the ball away, and then Chavaria will foul his man for a free kick in their own half. Yeah, it would be nice to see him if he does get on. I'd also like to see Watson play, but considering we're not winning at half time, I don't think he's going to get off the bench, if I'm being honest. Unironically, I just realised I was sitting in liquid chocolate ice cream. Did you put a a chalk ice in your pocket and forget it was there? Because I would be lying if I said I haven't done the exact same thing. I don't know where you are. Do you call it a chalk ice there as well? It's Casey Palmer. Ball forward, intercepted by Lacroix brilliantly. This ball's going to go over the top of Gusto, seeking out number 31 on the left-hand side. Joe Johnson. Into Lawrence. Inside the box. It's going to be tried to put across, but blocked by Josh, and then further by Esteval, and then the referee is given a corner. Chance for the big defenders to go forward, but also a chance for Mike Penders to flex his height here if he just easily claims this out of the air, I guarantee. Watch this. Worse. Oh no, is it a Magnum? Please don't tell me it's a Magnum, because a ruined Magnum is horrible. Sad to see a Magnum go to waste. It will be the captain, Walsh, on the corner. I want a big Penders chant go out if he catches this, because I bet he will. And Penders did get a hand to it. It's going to fall for the number 31, who took a strike, but again deflected in front of Penders, and it's going to be reloaded into the box this time. And this time Penders grabs it, and he's fouled by the centre back who challenged him, and free kick will be given. I would like to see Penders be a little bit stronger there. You know what? In the Premier League, that would have been given as a foul on the first flap at the ball. By the way, that's a takeaway box with a waffle and 2 ice cream scoops. Oh, that's awful. It's just pure ice cream, so it's just going to dribble everywhere. That's horrible. Here's Barco. I love ice cream waffles. I've been on a diet for so long, food talk just makes me constantly hungry. Like, I ate before stream. I'm still hungry. Had my macro meals. Here's Barco. Josh Achimpong. Out to Palmer. I feel like he needs to get on the ball a little bit more than he has been in the last couple of minutes, let's say. Oh, Magnum's absurdly expensive in the UK as well. I don't think they're absurdly expensive in terms of, like, you know, they're like, wow, I would never buy that. But they are more, you know, more expensive than you'd probably want to pay for them, I would say. They're not my first choice, let's say that. Here's Barco. Cross to Lacroix. This time into the box for Esteval. It's a brilliant put ball. It's a brilliant chance. He flashed the ball across, and it's that. Okay, I will take the Barco ping for that. It's one of those progressive passes that we know he can do straight behind the line for on-running Esteval, and he gets a good first touch. He just needs to get it more towards the left-hand side there. He means Magnum Johnnies. I wouldn't know. Never bought them. It's not my brand. I just didn't think that would ever be a conversation that I'd bring up on my stream, but there we go. Steve just missed, yeah. Cleaning this Augustus Gloop disaster instead of watching the Chelsea. Nightmare. Here's Barco on the touchline. Gets it to Chavaria. I will say, Chavaria and Barco are basically interchanging on that left-hand side. They're both playing in both positions. Oh, lovely first touch from Esteval to get past his man, and then he overran it a little bit there. And then Marshall tried to play ball forward, and of course, it's going to go to absolutely no one, as it has done for the last 39 minutes. Here's Chavaria. Now Rogers. Chavaria again. Back to Rogers in a central position now. Rogers, he's going to loop the ball to the back post of Malo Gusto, who puts it across. Claims a handball, but never going to be given. Gusto will put it to the back post this time, where Welbeck is, and across. But it's not going to fall for anyone. Pep Chavaria will smash it, and then deflected off the number 30 for a Chelsea corner. It's Kodua that's come off of. Ugh. It's going to be Reece James over this in-swinging corner from the right side. Can we get a goal via a set piece? Lacroix is waiting in the middle. Dinked into the centre of the box, and no one's there for Chelsea. He's going to fall for Malagusto on the edge. No idea what he thought he was doing there, but Palmer's won it on the edge of the box, and he gets it across to Lacroix. Tries to play it across the box, and he almost got another assist from that same position he got one in the Fulham game. And Lacroix will leave it for another corner on the opposite side. Malagusto is such a weird footballer, bruv. His brain just comes up with like genuinely the most he doesn't come up with the worst decision or the best decision. He always just comes up with the weirdest decision that you could make. Like there's about 5 different things he could have done from that position. He chose the oddest one to do. We got very lucky that it worked out. Esteval to take the corner. Barker makes the run to the front post, and it's swung into the back post where Josh Achampong is. He wins it, and he headed it down across, and no one was there to get ahead of the goalkeeper, Josh Keeley. Oh, he's looking for Rodgers. He actually, you know what? He's actually tried to pick him out there properly. He hasn't just nodded that across. He's actually tried to pass it to him. Gegenpress coming out from Chelsea again, and Luton will try and play it away. Gets it out wide right for Ashby. He's run off the back of Rodgers here, and he could be picked out again, but instead Walsh will play the ball to the other side. Bernat. Tackled by Malagusto. Wins it back, and then is tackled by Esteval. Wins it back, but then is tackled by Gusto. And he'll win the throw. And now Palmer will commit the foul. And Joe Johnson. Never forgetting that no-look pass he attempted, bruv. Like, that's exactly what I mean. Like, he has no reason to do it. He just does really weird things all the time. I specifically remember one. There was one where he had like a free header at the back post. I can't remember who it was against. He had like a free header at the back post and it was blazed across to him. And for some reason he tried to jump and Di Canio kick it for no reason. He could have just headed it in for a free goal. And we're just like, what are you doing? Like, why have you done this? It's going to be a set piece for Luton. And the 2 hands go up as Walsh is ready to stand over this. Ball will go into the centre of the box. It's knocked on, but comfortable for Penders to grab. Chance for us to break here if he wants to play it out, but opts not to. Showing replays whilst the game is being played. Love to see it. Always frustrate me to no end. Here's Barco. Now James. Out wide to Palmer. Running away from Lawrence, and he'll get it to Esteval. He's continued his run here, Palmer, but not picked out. Here's Gusto. Now Palmer will get it again. He's going to play it in behind for Esteval. Great run. And can he cut it across for Rodgers? And he can! It's off the bar! The crossbar has just stopped Morgan Rodgers from getting a brilliant, another tap in. He's always in the right position, Rodgers, I will say that. But a brilliant bit of football from Chelsea there. Down the right-hand side. It's Palmer again. Out wide for Gusto. His pass is short though, Cole Palmer. And Gusto's not going to reach this. But then number 31 kind of overran it a little bit as Josh can pick the ball up from his loose touch. Here's Palmer again. Now Barco. Chavaria. Can we make a break before half time? I don't think we will be, but if we continue the pressure like we have been, maybe. Here's Gusto. Now Esteval. Cuts inside into the box and touch lets him down and it runs out for a goal kick. I will say this number 31 has done pretty well so far for them. I keep saying the number 31 like I don't know who it is. I literally have him written down. It's Ben Agger. It's a you know what, I don't think Rodgers can do much more to try and get the goal there. They've added 1 minute of additional time here, which is rather surprising. There's only one. Barco will win it in the middle. Player flops to the floor like a loser, and referee will rightfully say get up. And Barco is then tackled, but ball will go forward from Chavaria. Here's Rogers into space. Ashby coming back at him. Lovely feet. And gets it away to Pep Chavaria in the box as well. Brilliant work from Morgan Rogers. He gets it to Cole Palmer on the edge of the box. Oh! Deflected behind for a corner. It's brilliant football again from Chelsea. These little one-touch bits of play. A little bit of luck there as the ball bounced off of Casey Palmer to fall into Rogers' path, but then he hits him with the little 1-2 body feint and gets the ball straight forward to Chavaria, cuts it to the edge of the box, and Palmer can't quite get it past the defender. This will be the last action of the half as Reece James stands over the corner. And he'll dunk it into the front post. It's missed by Welbeck and then cleared, and that'll be the halftime whistle. Man, I mean, resilient performance from Luton, I will say. They've been, difficult to break down at times. They have really, let's be honest, they've put 11 men behind the ball from the starting whistle, but, it's expected from a team from League One. Let me pause the timer, because I remembered to do it this time. We'll set this up for the second half. I think I might go get a latte. Should I get a latte? I feel like I should get a latte. Is that updated? It is. Okay, brilliant. I will be right back, guys. I was going to say I'll put something on for you to watch, but I don't have anything for you to watch. I don't know what I was going to do there. My old streamer days are when I was streaming my SH runs. It's completely gone back to me. Anyway, I will be right back. I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. I've made a drastic lapse in judgment. I ate my dinner before streaming. My dinner had beans. I've been holding in about 45 minutes worth of fucking methane in my stomach for the past, 40 minutes. Oh, hurts. Yeah, Luton have been stubborn bitches, I'll say that. They put 11 men behind the ball, we cannot break them down. We're going to have one of those matches. Have you got any business going outside? No? Oh wow, that's really started to lock better. But that door's really started to lock. So Sophie just said to me before I went on stream, I basically said like, oh, because obviously I've been a bit of an emotional support weapon at the moment. But I was basically like, I'm going to be streaming 2 hours, so like, message me 2 hours. He sent them to me. She sent me a picture of the grave, and then she said Ben was a bit choked up, bless him. He's not good with showing how upset he is. And I was like, I said that. I know what he's like just from talking to him. He's a person that puts everyone first except himself. He wouldn't want you to be sad by seeing him sad, so he'll bottle it up. That's why I specifically said to her, like, make sure he's getting some support as well, not just you. like some person who's like protruding like this weird gas. They have to go in and like it keeps making people's skin rot off whenever they walk in and try and talk to him. What is this you're watching? I don't know if you're back on phones or whatever. The listener. Every time you say the listener, I'm going to think about fucking Stephen Victor Skyrim. I will say basically, I mentioned what the listener was yesterday. Basically, there's this character called Cicero, and the best way to explain him is that he's, for some reason, he's a medieval jester, but in like this modern like Skyrim time where there's actually like technology and stuff. So he's a bit out of place. He's really weird, and like no one really knows why he's in the Dark Brotherhood. No one really knows why he's there. He's not a member. He just showed up one day following the Night Mother. Ozymandias, of course, being the villain from Watchmen. Yeah, okay, I got finished. Usually they pay really lovely boys for your sweet girls off their feet, but this is all our fault. Bebida. Look, there's just gas. It won't stop. My belly won't go down. I'm going for the second half. I'll see you later. Alrighty, I'm back. I got myself a matcha latte, which I'm not going to be able to drink for a while because it's scalding hot. But there we are. Let us take a gander at the Twitter and see if anything else has happened. Forest has submitted an offer to get Daniel Munoz from Palace is the first thing I've just seen. people all praising our performance despite the scoreline, and I think I would like to do the same. Tosin has supposedly been offered to Manchester United, which is wild. Don't think that will happen. I think it's a bit fantastical, but there we are. Can't see any others. Yeah, obviously there's the links to Honest Anahor as well. Ahanor, rather. It's not one of those that probably would not go straight to us, though, so not really much to talk about there. I feel like when I scroll through Twitter, it's always really funny because I see opinions from people, and I'm like, I didn't like. For example, I've just seen someone tweeting out that Barco seems very, very, very off the pace, and I think he's been one of our best players. So I have no idea what they're watching. Trying to see, is there anything else that we can tick off here? I don't think so yet. How do you think Xavi would hold up if we were to replay our rivals, Legia Warsaw, this season? I don't particularly know how to answer that, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think we'd probably. What I will say is, I think we'd fare better better with Xavi than we would with Maresca. I think that's the best way to put it. I'm going to tick off the Alonso ball in full flow, by the way. We've been seeing some good attacking patterns. Don't think there's been any yellows yet, has there? No. No penalties, no ref mistakes particularly. One or two 50-50s that have gone against us, but apart from that, nothing egregious. Fulham versus Wimbledon is also on at the same time. That's, just down the road from us at Craven Cottage. Currently 0-0 as well. See if there's any players warming up for the Chelsea. There's two players out there kicking ball. I'm not sure who it is. I think I might have been Giovanni Kenda. No, I think it's Lavia. I can't see them behind all these stupid adverts that they're putting in front. I think it's Lavia and someone else. I can't see who the other guy is. Lavia and Omega, maybe? Oh, we've got Monza this weekend, haven't we? Do we have when is our next Prem game? Please don't tell me it's a 3 p.m. kickoff. Because if it's a 3 p.m. kickoff on Sunday, that's going to actually ruin my weekend. I can't lie. Let's take a gander. I know we stay in London, because we stay in London for a long time. It's Brighton at home at 2 o'clock on the Sunday. Brilliant. So I'm going to miss the F1. Excellent. God damn, man. Everything was always on at the same time. I'm trying to see, what is the quickest way for us to get a bingo? If we keep a clean sheet, Palmer scores. Any Palmer, yeah, I mean, it has to be our Palmer. If Palmer scores, we keep a clean sheet, and one of our players off the bench scores as well, then we will get a bingo on the bottom line. Doesn't look like there's any players different from Chelsea so far as they've been coming out of the tunnel. I think if we keep plugging away, eventually we'll get one. I've just seen Reggie Watson coming off the field from his warm-ups. There will be a change for Luton, however, as Gideon Kadua comes off for Jake Richards. He's coming on at half-time. Lance Stroll P1. I'd love nothing more for him to not finish any race ever, if I'm being perfectly honest. Will be Luton kicking off from right to left with Casey Palmer over the ball in the centre circle. Where has Richards gone? I think he's gone to the right wing. Was that a threat? No, definitely not. I don't want Lawrence after me, thanks. And we are away for the second half. Josh Keeley on the ball. Esteval, the furthest man forward for Chelsea at the moment. As the ball goes long. It's picked up by Chavaria, and then a bit of head tennis in the middle, and Marshall will come away with the ball. Tackled by Barco. It should be a goal kick here. And the referees have said the opposite. It's a corner. Good early start for Luton. Ball taken short, and Chavaria was wise to it and stopped it at the front post. He's going to come back out here for Walsh on the right-hand side. He's going to whip the ball to the back post. And it was Casey Palmer underneath it, but no concern to the Chelsea goalkeeper as it waywardly goes off to the left-hand side of the pitch. That's a wild statement, but it's actually true. Here's Lacroix. Here's Valentin Barco, picking the ball up deep, playing the ball to Pep Chavaria out on the left-hand side, and returned. Back to Lacroix. James to Esteval. Yeah, so Richards has come on to the right-hand side. So, long ball, tried to pick out Pep Chavaria, a little bit too much direction on that. Or rather, a little bit too little direction and too much power. The cameras are picking out Yoral Harto and Pedro Neto on the bench. Good hold-up play from Marshall this time, but his subsequent pass forward has been blocked by Malagusto. Throw for Luton on the left. Marshall again tries to hold up the ball, and his ball forward should be shepherded behind for a goal kick here, and is. Good defending by Malagusto once again. Goal kick taken quickly. Here's Lacroix. It's Reece James to Cole Palmer. Cuts inside, gets away from his man well. Cuts outside and gets away from him again. Just twisting and turning, teasing Lawrence, who eventually does stick a foot in, but only to give Chelsea a throw. Here's Gusto. Now, Valentin Barco drifted the ball to the right-hand side for Palmer. He's going to whip the ball into the box for the back post, where Lacroix is, I think, it's Morgan Rogers who was arriving at the back post. I thought I saw Lacroix running up there for some reason. He often does like to get high, the Frenchman, who is on the left-hand side today. The attempted ball into the box was shepherded behind pretty comfortably, though. It's Keeley. Long ball from him, seeking out Marshall. This time he does win the ball, but Josh Achampong steps in to intercept his ball forward, and eventually it's going to break for Malagusto after a couple of Bits of back and forth. Reece James will shepherd the ball back to Penders under pressure. Chavaria. So a side swipe all the way out to Esteval by Pep Chavaria. Now Malagusto running in behind. He's going to put the ball in. It's a great height for Welbeck. Oh! Man like Welbs. Fullback goal slash assist. That's a brilliant ball from Pep Chavaria as well, by the way. It's going to be like that. I don't know why, because like I'm not watching it on like a dodgy stream or anything. I'm literally watching it on Sky Sports. But for some reason, when you watch the Sky Go app on desktop, it's always delayed. I have no idea why. Yeah, that's a brilliant ball from Chavaria. And a ball into the box from Gusto is similar to the one he played in the first half, but this time there's someone at the back post, and it's Danny Welbeck with the header, with the goal. Chelsea 1-0 up. Take off ref mistakes, been plenty. I don't think there's been any egregious ref mistakes so far. They're all been kind of 50-50s, if I'm being honest. Has to be something particularly bad to tick that off. That's his account open for Chelsea. Many more to come, hopefully. Ball over the top will be headed away by Lequat for a throw for Luton high up. That's the way to do it. Get ahead early in the second half so we can build up on that. Now Luton will obviously have to come out and eventually have to come out and try and get a goal here, which will just open them up more and allow us to get more goals. At least that's the way it should be. James. Oh, Barco tried to feed the ball forward for Morgan Rogers, but unable to. He's now going to do some defensive work as Casey Palmer's running straight through on goal, but eventually it's Reece James who stops him from getting on the ball. Here's Lawrence. Bernard. Back to Lawrence. Try to get away from Esteval. He can get away from Esteval, but not Malagusto, who's been very solid in defence today, I will say. Welbeck. Up to Rogers. Esteval. Chance for Chelsea to break as they committed bodies forward, and he's going to play the ball forward here for Cole Palmer. Can he get a goal here for Cole Palmer, or can he get it across to Welbeck or Rogers, who are in the middle? But no, he's held the ball up. He will go around the outside this time and then put the ball across, and it's saved behind by Keeley for a corner. I don't know how those are those ones where if Cole Palmer goes down there, he doesn't get a foul. So he has to stay up, but he is being fouled the entire time. To be fair, I think the ball has actually gone off the pitch by the time the referees by the time the goalkeeper saved that, so we'll take that. It shouldn't be a corner. Esteval will take the corner short. Palmer. Now James. Oh, a little bit of mix-up on the set piece there, I think, between James and Palmer. They didn't really figure out who was supposed to be on the ball there, whether it was Palmer or Esteval. Why does Palmer never shoot with his right? Because he's got 1 foot. Simply put, it's because he's literally he is very one-footed. He has no right foot. Which is weird because he's good with passing with his right foot. Like when he cuts the ball across with his right foot, it's usually okay, but he just never shoots with it. I'm not really sure. I don't think he could probably get the power he wants. It's Lawrence as Luton try and play the ball out from the back. Press is going to come in here with Valentin Barco, the furthest man forward, leading that press. Long ball goes over the top and falls straight to Pep Chavaria, who gets it to Morgan Rogers and now Barco, who's been thrown all over the place, and the referee said nothing, allowed us to play on. Esteval cuts inside. He's got Gusto on the outside. He tried to feed the ball into Palmer in his central position, but the other Palmer, Casey, winning the ball in the middle instead. And he gets away from Gusto as well. And then the ball is going to be pulled back for a free kick. I'm not really sure why he did that. The Luton player was still on the ball going forward. I'm going to tick that off a ref mistake because that is egregious. And now we actually get a bingo if we get free space, which that could be anything. Here's Palmer. Cole Palmer, that is. Goes into the box. Puts it across his right foot. I told you he's good with that right foot into the box. And then a foul has been given against Morgan Rogers for a little shove in the back. The ball was about to break for Valentin Barco in the middle. Yes, Casey Palmer just lazily gives it away to Cole Palmer there as they restart from the free kick. I mean, referee, it's barely a push. Free space sofa ice cream. You know what? I'm gonna give it for a mixture of you. For some reason, you having sofa ice cream and me having matcha fucking latte today. I don't know if I can show this on camera. It's green. Go get it. It's green. It's pretty good. It's matcha vanilla, I believe. Luton in possession here. Play the ball through the lines to Walsh. Another ball from him through the lines is intercepted by Josh Achampong, who will get the ball to Esteval, who takes a brilliant first touch and gets away from his man. He's being dragged back the entire time, and that's got to be a yellow card, ref. And it will be. I just finished a packet of matcha and it tasted like lamb. Is this normal? You sure you didn't have mint sauce instead? That's what I put on my lamb. Yeah, it's just Johnson there. Knows he's got beaten by Esteval, has to drag him back. Concedes the yellow card. It's Malagusto on the right side. Now to Reece James. Valentin Barco. Lacroix. To Rogers. Chavaria. Rogers. Neat little triangles being made here. Barco to Chavaria. And back. And Lacroix. He's going to play the ball forward. Oh, it's a brilliant attempt to get it to Palmer, but good alert defending to stop the ball from getting there. It's a great idea from Lacroix. Here's Casey Palmer. And there has been a goal in the other game up the road. And it is Fulham who's got it. And once again, Malagusto with a brilliant bit of defending to stop the on-rushing 31. It was Emil Smith-Rowe who scored in the other game. Here's Reece James. Spooky, it tastes like lamb, I swear down. I don't know what to suggest. It's very odd. Maybe you've got one of those weird genes that make you taste things differently to other people. You know, there's that weird thing where like cilantro, or sorry, that's me being American brained. Coriander apparently tastes like soap to some people with a certain gene, which I don't have. I love coriander. It's Reece James. Malagusto. We do talk about some weird things on the stream, do we? At least I do, anyway. Here's Palmer. To Josh. Now Barco. He gets it to Gusto, who's inverted into the centre. He's going to play... Oh, attempt. Gusto, man. Every single time. Luckily, he's given the ball away and it's been fallen straight into the path of Barco. But what the hell is he trying there, man? Every time, he just makes such a weird decision. James, out wide to Esteval. Cuts inside. Dinks the ball to the back post. It's a beauty of an effort. Okay, are we back? Whoa. Okay, are we back? I think we're back. That was really weird. My stream just randomly disconnected for no reason. Fulham scored again? Yeah, they have. They're showing the replay of it now. Typical. It's Muniz. Here's Cole Palmer on the edge of the box. Gets it to Danny Welbeck. Oh, snatched at it. Trying to find the far corner. Would have been a brace. Are we back? It does say excellent. Okay, it should be back. I think it's back. I'm really not sure what happened there. It doesn't even say that. It doesn't even like restart the stream. It still says I've been live for, you know, an hour and a half. That's weird. Walsh under pressure, forced to go long, and Lacroix has been fouled there, referee, but nothing given. It will be a Chelsea throw on the left side instead. Here's Barco. I will say the boos for Barco are rather half-hearted at this point. Maresca details. It's Lawrence Stroll. You heard what I said earlier. He called out his goons. Is Gusto into space. Lovely cross in again, and it's deflected away. Now Casey Palmer as Luton try and break, but unable to get away from Morgan Rogers, and Reece James will pick up the ball. Now Gusto. To Lucas. Palmer. Twists and turns and gets away from his man, and will move centrally now to get it to Morgan Rogers. Good turn. He gets it to Esteval into space. Can he get a strike away? He can't. And then he gives away a foul. It was really funny. There was talk the last game that Esteval played that there were people saying, "Oh, he shoots too much. He shoots too much. He needs to stop being so selfish." He's not shooting enough in this game. He needs to just start getting his shots away. There will be a Luton change here as Lawrence is coming off. And the number 31 that I can't remember the name of, is also coming off. Jones and Fox are coming on. Everyone has a clinical lack of get your shot away. Yeah, we wait a bit too much to try and get the perfect shot rather than just trying to get a shot. That's what I will say. Luton will take the throw eventually, and they're going to play the ball out from the back here. Oh, Palmer almost stole it as the ball went backwards to Johnston there. The ball goes forward from him, and Gusto will win that in the air. Also, defensively, Gusto has been very, very good in the second half. Here's Casey Palmer. A little bit of a press from Welbeck will force them back. As we cross the 63rd minute, it'll be interesting to see if there's any Chelsea changes soon. High press from Barco will force them back again. Ball will be speared out to the right-hand side. It's a brilliant ball. Chavaria gets beaten, but the ball into the box is cleared away by Achampong. Marshall will touch it on. Fox. Here's Jones. He's going to shoot, and through the legs of Malagusto, it will go wide and quite comfortably. So Pender's never under any duress there. Here's Lucas. Very much trying to bait out the press here. We're trying to bring them out as we put a foot on the ball and hope that there will be some adventure from the attacking players of Luton, but no such luck. Here's Rogers of Chavaria. Rogers running in behind. Chavaria will get it to Welbeck. He lays it off for Palmer. Across the box for Esteval. Not going to get there. Again, just a little bit too intricate. We're trying to, it's the old peep show phrase. Good old Chelsea. They always try and walk it into the net. Lovely little flick from Esteval to get it to Palmer. He'll get it back to Gusto. Oh, he's waiting for the ball, but doesn't open up for him. And here's Palmer again. He's going to whip the ball in, but headed up in the air. Rogers is underneath this, and he'll get there ahead of Kate. Oh, and Palmer's rattled the crossbar. Just dinked off the corner as he took the shot on. It broke to him so kindly on the edge of the box. You just expected the ball to go in, didn't you? Oh, yeah, just clips off the right on the corner. He's asking for a corner there, but absolutely not. Oh, Tommy T's in the house. Good to see. He'll be looking at him, I'll tell you that. Welbeck to Chavaria. Now James. Achampong to Gusto. Lucas to Chavaria. Now Barco. Chance for him to get his head up, and he'll get it to Gusto, who's inverted into the middle again. Positions forever changing in there. Now Palmer, out wide right. Gets away from his man. Gets inside. He's got Esteval outside of him. He's going to go inside again, though. Lays off to James. Now Gusto. To Esteval. Tries to play the 1-2 with Palmer. It's a lovely little flick from Esteval, but he quite can't get on the end of it. He tried the little scorpion to... like the end of a rainbow flick there, kind of, to get the ball away from his man, but couldn't quite get on the end of it as it went off the pitch. So a foul in the middle by Reece James. That was committed when the replays were being shown, so we didn't see. And there are now players warming up for Chelsea on the sideline. The three that I can see are Joel Harto, Romeo Lavia and Pedro Neto, who should be coming on shortly. Here's Keeley. He's going to play the ball into the centre. Oh, very risky in there, but does very, very well there. Here's Jones on the left-hand side. Up against Malagusto. Cuts inside. Gets away from him. He leaves it for Casey Palmer. Oh my goodness, what an effort. Rushes past the right post. Or Pendler's right post, I should say. I'm so goalkeeper brained from being a former goalkeeper. That's the right post to me. Not really in the mood to Lavia right now. I mean, I feel like we're trying to bait the press a little bit more, which is probably why he's coming on, because I think we're going to try and play in that way a little bit more. It's Reece James who's coming off, who obviously needs the rest. He'll be a straight swap with our captain. I wonder who the captain's armband has gone to. I imagine it's Lacroix. Morgan Rogers also coming off for Pedro Neto, I believe. And then Joel Harto. I'm not sure where he will be going. Is it for... It's for Gusto. He's come off for Gusto, so that's interesting. So we'll see how the team sets up now. It might be a back five now? Or a back three? Yes, it does look like that. Lacroix in the centre, Josh out wide right, and Harto wide left. Chavaria still playing as the left wing back by the seams of things. But although Pedro Neto has gone into an attacking position, so maybe not. It's a bit of an odd formation. Cole's captain. I can't see the armband on him. Yeah, I know it might be on him, I'm not sure. Ball in behind for Jones. Is he going to reach this? Absolutely not. Gusto's receiving a bit of treatment on the sideline, by the way, on the bench. Don't know if that's just for some cramp or, you know. There's a little bit of strapping on his right knee. Here's Lavia. It's still a back four, it seems like. So Josh has just moved to right back where Gusto was. And Lacroix's moved over. Harto slotted into the left-hand centre-back role. He has the armband. Which... Oh, he's wearing it on his other arm, that's why. Here is Palmer, who's been clattered into, but the ball's gone in behind for Pedro Neto, who cuts it across. Oh, that's what Pedro Neto offers, that burst of pace into the box. Couldn't quite reach out his teammate, though. I'm surprised Welbeck's still on, if I'm being honest. It's Marshall, tackled by Josh Acheampong, who got the ball cleanly. Oh, it's Harto, rather, who got the ball cleanly, and I'm really not sure why the referee's given that. Interested in seeing Palmer being the captain. I would have. I guess that's because of seniority, but like in terms of who's been here longer. But I would have given it to Lacroix. One of those vocal leaders out there on the pitch. I would have given it to Welbeck. Why not give it to Welbeck? He's the senior man. Guess he's a bit too far away from the action. Here's Pedro Neto. Touches it down. Gets it to Chavaria. Now Penders, who has not had very much to do in the second half so far. He didn't really have anything to do in the first half either, but, you know. Harto. Progressive pass up to Pedro Neto. Welbeck. His touch is a little bit too heavy and can't link up with the Portuguese again. Jones has made that run on the left-hand side again. He has been picked up. He's up against Josh Achimpong, who's not an easy customer to get past. And he proves it there. Josh has been so good this season already. And then he's fouled by Jones in retaliation and will win Chelsea a free kick deep in their half. Brilliant work. I think he has been given certain guarantees from Xabi Alonso that he did not get under Maresca that has made him so much better. Giving him so much more confidence in himself. Here's Mike Penders. Up to Harto. Palmer has drifted over to the left, but will not be picked out. Here's Lavia. As things stand, I'm starting Josh over Wes. Yeah, same. Absolutely. Although Wes did play the most amount of minutes in pre-season, to be fair. So I don't know if he'll slot straight back in or not. It's a good selection headache for the manager, though, having those two. It's Neto to Barco. Under pressure, we'll get it back to Neto. He gets it out wide left. Rather, it was Chavaria who got it and then played it to Neto. Chavaria then tackled. Will be a throw high up on the left-hand side for Chelsea. As Joao Pedro is being readied on the sideline. Not sure why that's happening, considering we've got a game against Brighton coming up and he'd probably want to be fully fit for that, but alright. That probably suggests to me that Omega is not fit enough to play. Because I'd be very, very... very surprised if he comes on now. With one striker already going to be replaced. And that change will be now made, I believe. As Ashby puts the ball away. Good performance from Welbeck today. He had some very good link-up. Obviously, the bullet header at the back post is brilliant too, getting us the goal that has put us ahead. But he has now joined the an exclusive list of goal scorers aged 35 and over. Which is interesting. What's happened here? They haven't actually allowed Joao Pedro to come on. Have they enacted that weird rule because he didn't take enough time? They've enacted that weird rule where if a player takes too long to go off the pitch, that someone has to stay off for a minute. But they're supposed to leave the player on the pitch, which is very weird. I'm not sure what the referee's done here. He's had an absolute stinker. It was 26 seconds it took him to get off the pitch there, Welbeck. I'm not really sure why they've done that, but there we are. I guess that's more than 10 seconds, so I guess that's why. But the ruling suggests that he's supposed to stay on the pitch and not let the sub come on, not the other way around. But, alright. We are temporarily down to 10 as we play the ball around. Here's Barco. Here's Lucroix to Lavia. This is weird then. Like, why are they using some of the rules and not all of them then? Because the 5-second thing for throw-ins has not been used in this game. So I'm really not sure why they're... I don't know what the referees have had a fucking nightmare. I think they've remembered the rules. They've remembered the rules at half-time. That's what they've done. A big boo's come out from the Stamford Bridge faithful as he's still not being allowed to play on. But Barco's going to win the ball here. Lavia will get the ball forward for Estival. If he can reach this, I don't think he will be able to. And then, of course, Johnston dives to the floor and wins the free kick, as they often do. And now Joao Pedro can come on. What a load of fucking bollocks that was. Free space for fuck Chelsea, I guess. Yeah, absolutely. How nightmarish must that be if you're already a goal down and then they take off the goal scorer and bring on Joao Pedro? Awful scenes for Luton. Here's Harto doing his defensive work well and stopping Marshall from winning a throw. He's going to take it quickly and get it to Lacroix. He wants to play that ball through the lines to Palmer, but line cut out. Here's Josh Achampong. Out wide for Esteval, who's got chalk on his heels here. Cutting inside. He's got Palmer outside of him. He cuts inside again. Takes a strike and it's deflected off the number 6. It would have gone straight towards goal. And then Pedro Neto is beaten to that by Ashby, but I'm not really sure why he left that because it deflected off his own player. Chelsea going to get the ball back here. Weird. Chavaria to Neto. Well, our left-hand side has got a combined average height of 5'2". What's going on here? It's Parko. Palmer. Esteval. Do Palmer again. Yeah, terrifying for us when Liam Delap comes on. We know we're not scoring anymore. Glad he's gone. He's gone to Nottingham Forest. I bet you he doesn't score a single goal all season except for against us. Guaranteed. Here's Barcoat. Palmer. Rolls his man. Cuts away. Brilliant work from Palmer into the box. Can he get the ball across? He tries to get a shot away, but there's just too many bodies in there. They've just got so many men back. Palmer has gone down after that shot and he stayed down, and then Neto's won the ball back here. I think he fouled that guy, the referee, but ball's going to be put across and it'll flash all the way across the box for a corner. Palmer's back up but limping. I think it might have been a knee on knee. Let's see if they do show a replay of it. I'm not really sure what happened to him. I think it's just the flailing legs caught him. A little bit of an impact injury. Corner taken short. Here's Pedro Neto to Lavia. And then back to Esteval. He's going to whip it in first time to the back post. It's a bit too far away from all the players, as it was. Didn't have as much curve on it as he probably would have liked. It's gone out for the other side for a throw. Maybe? What's happened? The referee's called for something else. It's calling for substitutions. And Luton are taking the time over the substitution, so surely they're going to be, having players not allowed to come on here or something. I'm not sure. Let's see. Or if they actually enact that rule for them as well. Let's see. Got Wells and Cole coming on. Palmer has come off for Cole. That's very funny. It reads on the thing, Cole Palmer. That's very funny. And Palmer rightfully asking the referee why the fucking hell they've been allowed to make those substitutions because the Luton players didn't come off the pitch quick enough. But there we are. I think there's a Chelsea player lining up on the left-hand side as well. I think it's Jamie Gittins. We'll see if he comes on in a bit. Here's Lavia to Barco. Tried to play the progressive pass, but 20 seconds for them as well. Barco lost the ball but won it back again. He's got it to Palmer. He's going to get it out to Esteval on the right-hand side. Can he cut inside? He cuts outside and shoots, and it's across the box for an own goal. Final touch, not from a Chelsea player, but we'll count that as a Steve assist. And 12 minutes to go, we might be able to get another one. Work. I don't think his shot's going in, so I don't think it's going to count as an Esteban goal. Good work from Valentin Barco in the middle. Wins the ball, gets it to Palmer. That's a Palmer assist, by the way, so I can take Walsh or Palmer. Yes, not going in at all. Doffin it is at the back post, who had to put a leg out to try and stop it, but couldn't. He definitely could have left that. I don't know. I'm not sure why he didn't leave that, if I'm being honest. Didn't get the call from his. He didn't get the call from his players, and ironically, it is Steve who's coming off, I believe, for Jamie Gittins. which I imagine will mean that Jamie Gittins will move over to the left-hand side and Pedro Neto will come over to this right-hand side. Yes, that is the case. It's Jones. Gegenpress deployed from Chelsea forces them back to Keeley, who will sweep it out to the right-hand side. Can't get past Pep Chavaria, and it will be a Chelsea throw here, who's referee. He's just pushed him whilst he tried to take the throw in. You dickhead. It's Harto. To Lacroix. Now Lavia. Steve asked to be subbed. Oh. Barco. To Lavia. Oh, brilliant pass into Palmer. He's going to try and play it forward for Josh Achenbong, who'd made the run from right back. Unfortunately, the pass was a little bit misplaced and he won't get on the end of it as Luton now progress from the back with Walsh. Here's a Dauphin with the man who scored the own goal on the ball. Now Walsh. Considering we're winning, I'm very surprised that Reggie Watson has not come on now. Might as well give him a run out. It's Jones. To Walsh. Gives it away to Lavia. Barco. Oh, couldn't quite get it to Yoel Harto, who was making the run forward. Luton getting a bit of possession here towards the end of the game. See if they can get a goal and make it a bit nervy towards the end. To Diffo again. Johnston. Ball around the corner. Should be picked up here by Lavia. Instead, it's Barco that gets it, and he will get it to Cole Palmer. Neto has made the run ahead of him. And will receive the ball here. The Portuguese on the right-hand side. It's 1v1 versus Jones here. He can blaze him if he wants to, and he is very quick. And it will be... You know what? Apparently the final touch came off Neto. I don't think that's true. I think that should have been a corner. Let's see. Are they going to show a replay of that? Doubt it. Keeley taking the goal kick very quickly. Lacroix. Lavia wins it in the middle and will get it to Joao Pedro. Can't quite hold it up and Lavia can't make this recovery tackle. Here's Jones. Touches a little behind him. Will then sweep it across the pitch. Oh, and Jamie Gittins is stealing down on this. Keeley's got to get rid of it and calmly cuts back and stops the young running Englishman from getting the ball. It's Johnston. To Jones. Oh, they wanted to play a 1-2, and the 2 came, and the player didn't run for the 2. All across for Joel Harto from Mike Penders. Here's Barco back to Penders. Sweeps the ball out to Josh Achenbong very calmly. Here's Romeo Lavia. Now Valentin Barco. Back to the Belgian. Energy from the game just completely sapped now as Chelsea are 2-0 up. It's Harto. To Maxence Lacroix. Good ball from Harto around the corner for Pep Chavaria, who was challenged off the ball there, but Chelsea kept the ball and the referee will play on. Lacroix through the lines for Palmer, turns his man. And then he's shrugged off the ball quite easily in the end. Good work from there in the middle. I think that was Cole. Stopped him from getting it. It's Jones. Shepherded back by Pedro Neto. Now Johnston. Now Walsh. Barco again, loads of energy in the middle, by the way. He's always the first man he's trying to press. Ball in behind here. It's gone back, though. Walsh. There might be a goal on the cards for Chelsea here if it breaks for them from this attempt to get a goal from Luton, and almost did, but Luton are going to retain the ball. Fox to Jones. He's looking to swing the ball in, but he smashes it against his own player, and it's going to fall for Joao Pedro here. Or maybe he can get on this, but good defensive work from Luton to stop us from getting on the ball, and good work from Reggie Walsh to hold off Joao Pedro in the end. Don't think Joao Pedro has particularly gotten up to the speed of the game as he's come off the bench. Ball in behind will be quickly swept up by Mike Penders, who has not had basically anything to do today, but the things he has done have been, you know, pretty well handled and pretty comfortable for him. Here's Lacroix. Lavia. To Hato. Now Lavia again to Josh Achampong. Pedro Neto. I will say as well, we have moved into the three at the back, by the way. Pedro Neto has actually moved into a wing-back spot with Josh, Hato and Lacroix as the three centre-backs. It's brilliant work from Jones to get away from his man. But Pedro Neto tracking back. Brilliant work. Caught up about 10 yards there to get the ball back and won the ball cleanly too. Here's Joao Pedro, who's playing in the 6 at the moment. Chavarria to Barco. Forward to Jamie Gittins. He's got Palmer with him. Palmer goes back to Chavarria. Now Barco. Lavia to Josh. Now Neto. Josh is making the underlap. And the ball's going to go into Cole Palmer. Oh, I don't need to specify Palmer's anymore. The other one's gone off now. Here's Hato. To Pep Chavarria. Now Gittins. Romeo Lavia. Round the corner for Pedro Neto on the right-hand side. It's 1v1 versus Jones. He can take him on if he wants to. Fakes across. Fakes across again. Dinks the ball into Cole Palmer into the box. Good touch from him. But he's forced out of the box by 3 players that are all around him. Palmer asking for options as we go into the final moments of the game. Gets it to Valentin Barco. I'd love to see him score. If he wants to take a strike from outside the box, that'll be brilliant. Here's Hato. Jamie Gittins. First chance for him really to stretch his legs and take on a man. Decides against it. Here's Hato. Now back to Gittins, who tried to dummy the ball, and Hato won it back after he lost it. Gittins again now, cutting inside. Lays it off for Barco. Dinks the ball to the back post for Josh Achampong! And it's so narrowly wide. It's a brilliant pick out from Barco, but I think Josh was offside in the end anyway. It's a brilliant pick out from Barco. He's genuinely been player of the match. He's been so good today. Enzo who? Yeah, Josh is offside. I said that I felt like this was going to be an audition for him to replace Enzo, and I think he's stepped up in massive way today. I know it is against League One opposition, so let's not get too excited, but he has been very good. Luton with possession now. At the back is Johnson. To Fox. To Johnson. Fox around the corner. And over the top. And Pedro Neto is there to head it back to Mike Penders, who quite calmly under pressure kicks the ball away. How many times have we said that today? Romeo Lavia wins it in the air. Neto. Reverse pass to Joao Pedro is a beauty. Oh. Cuts inside. Gets away from one, but he's forced all the way back as the Luton bodies get back. He will now shift it to Jamie Gittins out wide. He's got Chavaria making the run inside, up against Ashby. I'd like to see Gittins be a bit more brave there, man. He's playing up against a fullback who's been on the pitch the entire game and he's not taking him on. Lacroix to Josh Achampong. 4 minutes going to be added on for the substitutions. Here's Maxence Lacroix. Out to Pedro Neto. 1v1 versus Jones. He's going to cut inside here. Gets it to Palmer on the edge of the box. He cuts one way and then the next, and then gets it out to Gittins on the left-hand side. Chavaria into Pep. I rub into Palmer, and then Pedro has tried to smother the ball over the line, but Keeley was in the right position to stop it. Good work from Gittins to get the ball into Chavaria, who cuts the ball across, and Palmer takes a strike, but Keeley with a good save, and then a good double save in the end. Keeley's been their best player. Generally could have been about 4 or 5 if he wasn't in that, I'm not going to lie. He's been very, very, very good today. Ball forward is quite comfortably kicked away by Lacroix. Chavaria around the corner for Barco. Around the corner for Jamie Gittins. Chance for him to open up his legs and sprint down the left-hand side of his space. And he bursting into it. He's got Pedro Neto. He's got... Oh, what is he doing? He's going all the way and he's hit the post. Got to say, I think it would have been the wrong decision there. He had Palmer in acres of space on the edge of the box and he didn't pick him out. He did... I mean, we probably wouldn't have been saying that if he scored it, to be fair, but still. Hits the post. I think it's like the 3rd time we've hit the post today. Good effort, though. It's Johnston. To Johnson. He's got Jones outside of him. 2 minutes to play. Can Luton get one back? Let's see. Ball into Fox. Quickly closed down by a mixture of Lavia and Chavaria, who'd made a move into the middle. Lavia wins the ball in the middle again. He's been brilliant since he's come on. Here's Joao Pedro. Fools his man and gets into space and then gives the ball away. I'm not sure why he did that. Made up for his mistake by coming back. But Luton are going to get an opportunity here down the left-hand side for Jones. Cuts inside. Ball's going to break. Hit to Cole instead. Gives it away to Joao Pedro again, who can't escape the press. It's Jones again into the box now. Can't get past Josh Achampong, but will win a corner to perhaps give them some hope towards the end of the game. Will be Walsh to take the corner to the back post. Headed towards goal, but wayward. I think it was Johnston at the back post. Penders is going to take his time over this goal kick. He's got to be careful so they don't give it as a corner. Here's Barco. 10 seconds to play. Plus whatever's added on to that. I don't think the referee will particularly endure more. There's a ball forward here for Jamie Gittins, rather, from Palmer, who's shepherded their way, and that will be the end of the game. 2-0 Chelsea win, quite comfortable at Stamford Bridge against Luton Town in the end. They did make it quite difficult for us to score with, playing pragmatically, but in the end they weren't particularly a hard ask against us, let's be real. We can tick off from this Chelsea win. We can tick off clean sheet. We can tick off forgot the time because I just remembered it and forgot to pause it. There we go. No involvements on debuts, no UFAPs, no over 3 yellows, no set piece goal, no red card, no worldie, no penalty, no brace. Josh wasn't player of the match for me, I would have given it to Barco. So no more bingos, but we did get one, which is brilliant. Thank you guys for hanging out as ever. We will be back on the Sunday. I think it's a 2 p.m. kickoff, if I remember correctly from what we said earlier. So I'll be live at 1:45. Yeah, on Sunday for another watch along. So that's good. We're into the next round. I don't know when I don't know if there's like a draw for the next round or if Josh is technically a youth player. He's not. He's part of the first team, so he doesn't count anymore. If it was Cobham grad, like I normally have on here, he would count, but he's not a youth player. But yeah, I'm not sure if I've completely lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I don't know. I will see you Sunday. That's all you need to know. Thank you guys for hanging out.